There comes a time in life when you must decide, do you chase or do you replace? Do you beg for love, respect, and recognition, or do you walk away with your dignity intact? Too many people spend their lives running after things that don't serve them, chasing after people who ignore them, holding on to situations that no longer bring them peace. But here's the truth. Anything that is truly meant for you will never have you running after it. A person who values you will never make you question your worth. A job that's meant for you won't require you to compromise your self-respect. And real opportunities won't leave you feeling like you have to beg. Stop chasing, start replacing. If someone treats you like an option, remove yourself from the equation. If they can go days without checking on you, let them go a lifetime without you. If they don't see your value, don't try to convince them. It's not your job to make someone recognize your worth. It's your job to know your worth. Understand this. Rejection is not the end. It's a redirection to something better. Every time you walk away from something that no longer serves you, you're making room for something that will. Your silence is powerful. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to argue. Just walk away. The best revenge is success, peace, and a life filled with people and experiences that truly value you. Your worth is not measured by how many people like you, approve of you, or choose to stay in your life. It is not determined by the attention you receive, the validation others give you, or the approval you seek. Your worth is something that must come from within, something unshaken by the opinions and actions of others. Too often people spend their lives chasing external validation, hoping that someone will see them, recognize them, and finally give them the love or respect they've been searching for. But the truth is, the moment you rely on someone else to validate your worth, you hand over control of your happiness and self-esteem to something you cannot control. Chasing validation is a never-ending cycle. If you live seeking approval, you will always feel like you are one step behind, always needing to do more, be more, or prove more. You will find yourself adjusting, changing, and shrinking just to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. And the more you do that, the more you lose yourself in the process. People who know their worth do not need to chase, beg, or convince others of their value. They do not stay in places where they are not respected. They do not waste their energy proving to someone why they deserve love, friendship, or loyalty. They simply exist in their truth, knowing that what is meant for them will naturally align. When you stop looking outward for validation, you begin to understand the power of self-worth. You no longer base your confidence on how others treat you. If someone appreciates you, that's great, but if they don't, it does not take anything away from you. You become free when you realize that no person, no job, no relationship, no friend, and no amount of attention can define you. When you truly know your worth, you stop tolerating behavior that diminishes you. You stop explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. You stop forcing connections that are draining rather than fulfilling. Walking away from situations and people who do not see your value is not an act of weakness. It is a declaration of self-respect. It is saying, I will not settle for less than what I deserve. It is recognizing that your peace is more valuable than someone's temporary approval. It is understanding that the right people, the right opportunities, and the right circumstances will never require you to compromise your dignity. It takes strength to stop chasing and start standing firm in who you are. It takes confidence to say, I am enough as I am. And it takes wisdom to know that not everyone will appreciate your value, but that does not mean your value decreases. The moment you stop seeking external validation, you step into a place of true power. you become unshakable, untouchable, and undeniable. And the best part, the world begins to respect you more when you respect yourself first. Your energy is one of the most valuable resources you have, and yet so many people waste it on things, people, and situations that do not deserve it. Every day you wake up with a limited amount of energy, and how you choose to use it determines the quality of your life. The problem is that too many people spend their energy on negativity, on proving points, on chasing people who don't care, on holding on to past pain, and on things that do nothing but drain them. They give their power away to people who don't appreciate them, to arguments that lead nowhere, and to stress that only steals their peace. When you understand how precious your energy is, you stop wasting it on things that do not serve you. You cannot afford to invest your energy in people who drain you, in relationships that bring more pain than joy, or environments that do not inspire growth. Every time you pour yourself into a situation that does not pour back into you, you are robbing yourself of the strength you need for the things that actually matter. Your energy should be used to build, to create, to grow, and to elevate. It should not be spent trying to convince someone of your worth, trying to fix what is broken beyond repair, or trying to win battles that do not bring peace. There are people who will come into your life only to take from you. They will drain your energy, not because they need it, but because they do not know how to create their own. They will attach themselves to you, feeding off your kindness, your strength, and your positivity, but giving nothing in return. You must recognize when you are giving too much to something or someone that is not adding to your life. You must have the courage to walk away from things that leave you empty, no matter how much history you have with them. It is not your job to carry people who refuse to walk on their own. It is not your responsibility to fix everything or to be available to everyone at all times. Protecting your energy means setting boundaries, knowing when to say no, and understanding that not everything deserves your attention. It means walking away from arguments that are beneath you, from gossip that serves no purpose, and from distractions that pull you away from your goals. It means choosing peace over chaos, growth over comfort, and strength over weakness. When you protect your energy, you become unstoppable. You stop reacting to every little thing that tries to get a response from you. You stop allowing external circumstances to dictate your mood. You stop seeking validation from people who will never give it to you. Instead, you focus on what matters. You pour into yourself, into your dreams, into the things that bring you joy. You surround yourself with people who uplift you, who inspire you, and who match your energy instead of draining it. You become intentional with your time, with your focus, and with your emotions. And as you do this, you begin to notice a shift. Life becomes clearer, lighter, and more meaningful because you are no longer wasting yourself on things that do not matter. You are no longer giving away your energy to what does not deserve it. You are using it to build the life you deserve. Rejection is one of the most painful experiences a person can go through, but what many people fail to realize is that rejection is not the end. It is a redirection to something greater. Too often, people take rejection personally. They see it as a sign that they are not good enough, that they have failed, or that they are undeserving. But rejection is never about losing. It is about learning, evolving, being guided towards something that is meant for you. Every time you face rejection, you are being given a chance to adjust your path, to grow stronger, and to move in a direction that aligns with your purpose. The problem is that many people allow rejection to define them. They dwell on it, replaying the moment over and over in their minds, questioning what they did wrong or what they could have done differently. They let it break their confidence, making them hesitant to try again, to take risks, or to put themselves out there. But rejection is not a sign of failure. It is proof that you are trying, that you are stepping outside of your comfort zone, and that you are reaching for something greater. If everything in life came easy, there would be no growth, no lessons, and no need for perseverance. It is through rejection that you build resilience, develop strength, and learn how to move forward without fear. When a door closes, it is not the universe punishing you. It is protecting you from something that was never meant to be yours. You may not understand it in the moment, but every rejection is clearing the path for something better. That job you didn't get, the relationship that ended, that opportunity that slipped away, none of it was a mistake. It was all part of a greater plan, pushing you towards something that will serve you in ways you cannot yet see. If you were meant to have it, nothing would have stopped it from being yours. But if it left, if it didn't work out, if it slipped through your fingers, then it was never part of your destiny. Rejection is a test. It tests your patience, your faith, and your ability to trust the process. It forces you to dig deep, to believe in yourself, even when the world says no. It challenges you to keep moving, to keep striving, and to never let one closed door stop you from finding the one that will open. Some of the most successful people in the world have faced countless rejections, but they did not let it break them. They used it as fuel, as motivation, as proof that they were on the right track. They understood that every no was leading them to the right yes. The truth is, rejection is never the end of the story. It is just a chapter, a lesson, a moment that prepares you for something greater. The sooner you stop fearing rejection and start embracing it, the sooner you will realize that it is not a loss. It is a blessing in disguise. It is life's way of telling you that you are meant for more, that you are being guided towards something better, and that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. So instead of seeing rejection as a setback, see it as a setup for something far greater than you could have imagined. Keep moving, keep believing, and trust that every redirection is leading you exactly where you are meant to be. Silence is one of the most powerful tools a person can have, yet so many underestimate its strength. In a world that constantly demands noise, opinions, and reactions, silence becomes a weapon, a shield, and a strategy. Those who understand the power of silence know when to speak and when to hold back, when to engage and when to walk away, when to let words do the talking and when to let actions make the statement. It is not about weakness or submission. It is about control, discipline, and wisdom. Silence allows you to observe, to think, and to choose your battles wisely. Too many people waste their energy trying to prove themselves, arguing over things that do not matter and reacting to situations that do not deserve a response. But silence has the ability to disarm, to confuse, and to shift the balance of power. It forces others to reveal their intentions, to expose their weaknesses, and to show who they really are. A person who is always speaking, always explaining, and always defending themselves gives too much away. But a person who knows how to be silent controls the situation without lifting a finger. They do not waste words on people who do not deserve them. They do not explain themselves to those committed to misunderstanding them. They do not argue for the sake of winning a pointless battle. They understand that silence speaks louder than words ever could. There is strength in restraint. When emotions run high and tempers flare, the instinct is to react, to say something back, to prove a point. But silence forces patience. It gives time to process, to think, to reflect. It stops regret before it happens. The response given in anger can never be taken back, but silence leaves room for control. It gives clarity, allowing a person to move with wisdom instead of impulse. When people expect a reaction but receive nothing, they are left powerless. Silence denies them control over your emotions, your peace, and your energy. Not everything needs a response. Not every insult, every challenge, or every disagreement requires engagement. There is power in letting things be, in refusing to feed negativity and choosing peace over proving a point. Silence removes you from unnecessary conflict, from draining conversations, from situations that do not deserve your attention. It allows you to move in silence, to work without distractions, to build without interference. It keeps your next move hidden, your success protected, and your growth uninterrupted. People who master silence understand that words are valuable. They do not speak just to fill the air. They speak when necessary with purpose and intent. Their silence makes their words more impactful because when they do speak, people listen. Silence makes them unpredictable, unreadable. and untouchable. It keeps people guessing, wondering, and underestimating. And that is where the power lies. In silence, you find strength, you find clarity, you find control over yourself and your emotions. You become untouchable, unshaken, and unstoppable. Silence is not emptiness, it is focus. It is not weakness, it is restraint. It is not avoidance, it is wisdom. Those who master the power of silence master themselves. And those who master themselves hold the greatest power of all. There comes a point in life when you realize that chasing is a waste of time. Chasing people, opportunities, and things that constantly slip through your fingers only drains you. The more you chase, the more you signal to the world that you believe you are lacking. But the truth is you are not lacking, you are abundant. You are not meant to beg for love, force connections, or run after things that do not naturally align with you. The moment you stop chasing and start replacing, everything begins to shift. Instead of trying to hold on to what does not want to stay, you make room for what is truly meant for you. Replacing does not mean giving up. It means recognizing your worth. It means understanding that if something is not serving you, not valuing you, or not aligning with your growth, then it is time to let it go. Too many people waste their time chasing relationships that are already broken, jobs that drain their energy, and friendships that only take but never give. They hold on to memories of how things used to be, hoping that with enough effort, they can recreate the past. But the past is gone, and clinging to what no longer fits you only holds you back. When something or someone is not right for you, no amount of chasing will change that. The only thing you can do is replace. Replacing is an act of power. It is choosing yourself over desperation, choosing self-respect over approval, choosing to walk away instead of begging to stay. It is the mindset that says, if this door closes, I will not stand outside knocking forever. I will find another door, or I will build my own. Life rewards those who are willing to move forward, those who are not afraid to leave behind what no longer serves them. When you shift from chasing to replacing, you begin to attract instead of pursue. You radiate confidence, strength, and assurance that what is meant for you will find its way to you. It is easy to fall into the habit of chasing because society teaches that effort equals results. But effort in the wrong direction leads to exhaustion, not success. Love, respect, and opportunity should not require endless chasing. If you have to constantly prove your worth to someone, then they are not for you. If you have to beg for a place in someone's life, then you are not in the right place. What is meant for you will never require you to lose yourself to keep it. There is freedom in replacing. It allows you to step into a mindset where you no longer tolerate half-hearted love, lukewarm friendships, or situations that make you question your value. You stop waiting for people to realize your worth, and instead you walk away with dignity. You stop chasing dreams that drain you, and you create new ones that fulfill you. You stop begging for seats at tables that were never meant for you, and you build your own table where you are valued. Replacing instead of chasing is about choosing abundance over scarcity, strength over desperation, and self-respect over external validation. The moment you make that decision, you take back your power. You show the world that you do not beg, you build, you grow, and you attract. What is for you will come effortlessly, and what is not for you will leave, no matter how hard you chase. Let it go, replace it, and watch how everything in your life begins to align. Dignity is something that cannot be compromised, traded, or given away. It is the foundation of self-respect, the backbone of confidence, and the shield that protects you from settling for less than you deserve. The moment you allow someone to take your dignity, you give them power over you, let them dictate your worth, control your emotions, and determine how you see yourself. But dignity is not up for debate. It is non-negotiable. negotiable. No matter what life throws at you, no matter who walks away, no matter how many challenges you face, your dignity must remain intact. There will be moments when people try to test you, disrespect you, or treat you as if you are disposable. Some will expect you to tolerate mistreatment, to beg for love, to chase after them when they walk away. But dignity means knowing when to stand your ground and when to walk away. It means refusing to entertain people who see you as an option, refusing to lower your standards just to fit in, and refusing to compromise your values for temporary acceptance. You do not need to prove your worth to anyone who does not see it. You do not need to fight for a place in the lives of those who are not willing to make space for you. The moment you start begging for respect, you have already lost. Real dignity is in knowing your value and never allowing anyone to make you question it. People who carry themselves with dignity are not arrogant. They are self-assured. They do not need validation from others because they validate themselves. They do not chase people who leave because they understand that rejection is redirection. They do not engage in unnecessary drama because they know their peace is more valuable than proving a point. They walk with purpose, speak with confidence, and move through life with the understanding that their presence is valuable. When you carry yourself with dignity, you attract people who respect you, opportunities that align with your worth, and situations that reflect your value. Dignity also means having control over your reactions. It is easy to get caught up in anger, in frustration, in the desire to prove something to those who doubt you. But dignity is about restraint. It is about choosing silence over unnecessary arguments, choosing grace over pettiness, and choosing self-respect over the need to be right. Not every insult needs a response. Not every battle is worth fighting. Not every person deserves access to your energy. When you understand this, you move differently. You no longer feel the need to explain yourself to those who misunderstand you. You no longer waste time on people who do not value you. You focus on yourself, on your growth, and on your peace. There will be times when walking away is the most dignified thing you can do. Walking away from toxic relationships, from jobs that drain your spirit, from friendships that do not uplift you. Letting go is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of strength. It means you refuse to stay where you are not valued. You refuse to lower yourself for the sake of keeping peace. True dignity is in knowing that you are enough as you are. You do not need to prove your worth to anyone. You do not need to beg for respect. You do not need to compromise yourself just to be accepted. Your dignity is your power, and it is something that no one has the right to take away from you. Walk with your head high, not in arrogance, but in the quiet confidence of knowing who you are. Let go of anything and anyone that makes you question your worth. You were never meant to chase, to beg, or to prove yourself to those who cannot see your value. The moment you stop chasing and start replacing, you step into your power. The moment you choose self-worth over validation, you become unstoppable. The moment you realize that rejection is nothing more than redirection, you stop fearing loss, protect your energy, embrace the power of silence, and never negotiate your dignity, because when you walk away with grace, when you let go with strength, when you choose yourself unapologetically, the right people, the right opportunities, and the right life will align with you effortlessly.